Hello, and welcome to episode 169 of Daryl Show Your Work. All right, so this episode, I'm going to be focusing on how to create custom Suricata rules. All right, so before I jump into that, I want to just give a reminder to please check out get.ine.com/Daryl for INE's cybersecurity training of services and products. They have an excellent variety of different certifications, ranging from red teaming, junior, senior level, specialty penetration testing related certification to blue teaming, system analyst, defense system analyst certs, and just a different variety of different blue team certifications to check out. So please take a look at them, and if you want to receive 10% off of any of their product offerings, please use promo code INF 100 Brooks Tech. And again, that would get you 10% off any of their service offerings. So please check them out. Okay, and I'll have that promo code and that link in the description for you. All right, so creating custom Suricata rules. So I've done a previous video in regards to Suricata, but that was more focusing on the IDS function of that. And this with this one, I'm going to be showing how to create rules in order to drop any sort of suspicious or malicious traffic. All right, so to kind of review things a bit, Suricata, it's a high performance open source network threat detection engine that functions as an IDS intrusion detection system, or IPS intrusion prevention system, and a network security monitoring tool. All right, so to get started here, I'm going to start off by configuring Suricata to drop uh, or alert me on network traffic associated with any indicators of compromise. So this is going to help prevent malicious activity and support ongoing monitoring. All right, so to get started, I am going to actually make I'm going to make a directory for the custom rules. All right. So let's start off. Make dir, and we're going to put this subdirectory in the Etsy folder. All right. This is Suricata rules, and we're going to see name this custom since it's the one that I'm creating and not the default rules. All right. And so let's see. Give it my user credentials. All right. So let's see. Now that I've created that directory, now I'm going to actually create the actual rules file that I want to use. All right. So I'm going to use my nano text editor, and I have to specify. Matter of fact, let's do that an easier way. Let's get rid of this and make dir, and then we're just going to swap make dir for nano. All right. And so then within the new directory I made here, I'm going to create a file called drop um, underscore apt dot rules. Oops. There we go. All right. All right. So now I'm in a text editor. So these are some rather long rules that I'm going to write. So I've already have them written down here for us. So give me a minute here. So instead of me typing away and botching my syntax here, I'm going to just paste them in here. All right. So the first set of or rules that I'm going to set in here. This is going to these are DNS related rules that are going to block specific domains. All right. All right. So again, anything coming from this domain like www dot domains for bitcoins.com, it's going to drop that traffic. So this is how you would specify a rule where you could specify domains and say drop all traffic from this place. It's basically it's creating like a blacklist of of sites that where you cannot allow traffic from. All right. All right. So just moving down here. All right. So then the next thing that I'm gonna do here. Let me see it. Then give me a second here. All right. Let me see. And I think I'm a forecast. There's a lot I'm writing here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna save. I'm gonna exit and save after every change and go back in because it's gonna be a lot that I'm going to be doing here. So, all right. Okay, so the next set of rules that I'm going to be adding in here. So what this is going to do is it's going to add some IP rules to block suspicious IP addresses. All right, and these when I say suspicious IP addresses, these are addresses that are under investigation but not yet confirmed to be malicious. So we're going to block them just as a precaution. All right, so paste that in here. All right. So these are the commands that are specifying again which IPs that we find questionable. And until we really understand what's going on at these addresses, we're just going to block them for the meantime. And as we discover more about them, if they are indeed benign, we'll remove the rule for blocking them. All right. And then last, we're going to well, hold on before I jump to that. Hold on, let me just do my because I said I wanted to save. All right, and then go back in. Okay. So so the next set, I'm going to be actually adding IP rules to block some IP addresses that I know are malicious. All right. So to do that, let's see where are you? There we are. All right, let's paste those in here. All right. So again, these are sites that these are rules that are going to block sites that are known to be malicious. And so I'm adding you can see where I'm commenting here. So anyone that goes inside these this file can be able to see which set I've grouped everything together under a commented file, nice and orderly, just to be able to communicate to anybody who sees this, hey, what are all of these IP addresses or what are all of these rules associated with? So then if it does need to be anything that's modified, they know exactly where to go instead of just trying to find a mess or a sea of different IP rules to try to adjust and assume that they're right. And I also, have a message here as well, basically stating also whether they're malicious, suspicious, or blocked, suspicious, and specifying the actual domain. All right. So let's move down. Uh, Exit and save. All right. Give me a quick second here. All right. So the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to actually create a whitelist here where I'm specifying um, um, and basically I clean IP addresses. All right, so these are going to be typically belong to known benign services, but are being monitored. And I don't want to say whitelist. That's probably the wrong thing to say because yeah, that would kind of be contradictory to blacklist. But they're benign services, but they're monitored in case they're abused or display any sort of unusual traffic pattern. So which it's just a list of IPs that I'm going to set alerts on so we can kind of keep our eye on what's going on with them. All right, so let's stroll down here, and I am going to paste those in. All right. So that specifies the IP addresses that, again, we're keeping our eye on these IP addresses, and we're just going to have alerts set up for them just in case there's any sort of suspicious activity, or alerting us, to, hey, to when these IP addresses are visited, to see if, if we get a bunch of traffic from them within, a very short amount of time window. That would be indicative of something such as like a dictionary brute force attack, or something of that nature, something that would alert us that, hey, these this you know this this IP address is showing some abnormal behavior, may need to be escalated to either suspicious or malicious. All right. So I think that I'm good to go as far as rules here. So save that. All right. So, all right. So the next thing that I want to do is, I want to add the rules to these rules to the actual Suricata config file. All right. So while this is the rules file to the actual Suricata configuration file, I need to actually add a path to this rule file. So then Suricata will pick up these rules and execute the rules. All right. So in order to do that, I actually have to go inside of Suricata's configuration file, and which is a YAML file, and have to uh, add a bit of add a line to that in order for that to happen. So to do so, I'm gonna say sudo. Then we're gonna use the text editor again, but this time we're gonna go into, what? Actually, it's within the same directory. So let's just, yeah. So it's in a Suricata directory, but we want to go inside the actual Suricata folder, and the configuration file is the YAML file. All right, so secure suricata, .yaml. All right. So to go to, I need to add this path to the bottom of this file, and as you can see, it's 2,174 lines of code. So in order to go to the bottom of this, all right, I'm gonna just do a control and see. You know what? I am using a different type of PC, and I don't think. Let me see. Well, this may help. Okay. On most traditional PCs, is controlling N, but I'm actually, the type of computer that I'm using here does not have an N key. So what I did here is I just held Control down, and then held the down key, and that just kind of fast forwarded me down here to the bottom of the document. All right. So in order for me to add the path here, all right, I'm going to say dash. It's real simple. And you know what? Hold on. No, it's actually a specific section. Forgive me for that. It is at the bottom of it's here. It is at the bottom of the file. The section is, the but it needs to actually be put under the rule files section of the configuration file. All right, so I'm gonna say etc suricata rules. And this is just the same directory that I just created, and then it's referring to the rules file that I just made. So again, the configuration file is going to pick up this rules file to run when Suricata runs. So these rules will execute. Let me just make sure. Let's see. Okay, no. All right, so no, I had that right. So just checking my syntax here. Custom. Okay, everything looks right. All right, so let's exit and save. All right, so In order for me, let me get all the way out of this. In order for me to actually apply these changes I made to the configuration file, I'm actually going to have to restart the Suricata uh, the Suricata service. All right. So in order to do that, I'm gonna say sudo system control, and then we're gonna restart the Suricata service here. All right, so to test to see if this new rule is taking effect and actually working. All right, I'm gonna say tail f var log suricata and then fast.log. All right, let's see what's going on here. All right, so we can already see. All right, so we can see here that that it has a log here already of one of the suspicious IPs. All right, and it's documenting and it's logging that connection. All right, and so it's dropping that traffic. All right, it's implementing the drop rule, and we can see where my address has tried to connect to one of those addresses. And let's see if I could generate some traffic here. Give me a second. Let's see if I can try to. All right, then we can see another. Then we have a attempted connection with the malicious traffic. Let me see. Let me do a control C and see if I could generate. See, I'm gonna say ping. Let's try to go to that first one there. 172.66.40. That's 71. And let's see, let's reduce the count to let's a 4 count. All right. So let's do just 4 ICMP packets to that address. Okay, and let's see if that changes anything in the log. It may or may not. Yeah, it did. Okay, so we could see here, right here with the connection that I just tried to the test connection that I just tried to make to 172.66.40.71. This is my IP address 192.168.1.8, and I just tried to just sent ICMP packets to this address so we could see where Suricata has picked up on that. All right, so we can see that these new rules, IP rules that I've set in place are set in place. It's being actively monitored, and the drop rule is in effect. All right, and this brings me to the end of my video. Relatively, matter of fact, before I close the video, I wanted to kind of show one other thing. All right, let me close that. All right, so remember when we were in the configuration file and I said, well, what if we wanted to modify one of the rules and either upgrade it or downgrade it. I'm gonna show how we can do that. All right, so I'm gonna go inside of the rules file that I made. All right, the drop apt.rules file. So let's say let's say one of these um, let's see, which one do I want to choose here? Let's say one of these suspicious ones, right? I wanted to change this one right here. All right. So let's say that we found out that, well, okay, this suspicious IP, we're going to downgrade it a um to a clean IP. All right. So what I could do here is I could simply just say alert and then change my messaging here. All right. And let's say that I wanted to just say monitoring potential false positive. All right. So let's say we got a ping back from this, and it really wasn't much of anything to it. So I wanted to flag this before completely upgrading it to a clean IP. I wanted to just change this really quickly to kind of flag us and say, hey, this address is known for Suricata is known for returning false positives on this address. Let's keep an eye on this for a while before downgrading it to a clean IP. Let's keep it as suspicious, but let's monitor and see how many false positives we get from this specific IP when using Suricata before downgrading it to clean. And that's a way that we can do that. All right, so now I'm actually I've reached the end of my video. All right, so please like, subscribe, and share. Most importantly, show your work, and also do not forget to visit get.ine.com/Daryl. Promo code INF100 Brooks Tech to get 10% off of any of INE's training or certification products, with the exception of with live virtual trainings. And until next time, take care of yourself and God bless.